What's going on, everyone? So today this video is just going to be an initial unboxing and a first impressions of the Legacy Firearms Company light bearing HYPERION Appendix carry holster. So this is a inside the waistband holster made by Legacy Firearms Company. One of the reasons why I'm doing this is because before ordering I couldn't really find too many consumer produced videos on their holsters, so I figured I might as well take the time to make a high quality video on it myself. Alrighty, so all I did was just rip out my name and address, and I'm opening it up right now. So let's see what we got in the box. So here is the holster itself. I got it in their Cryptek Typhoon color scheme. More on that later. What else do we have in the box here? Well, now it's an empty box. Put that off to the side. You get one sticker, and then you get their invoice. Yeah, you get their invoice right here. So just a quick recap. This is for This is for my firearm, which is the Canik TP9SF Elite, and it is a light bearing holster for my Olight BALDR Mini. And then if you check out their website, you can pretty much customize it to however you want to, with different pricings on different options, obviously. But just wanted to do a very detailed close-up shot of their holster. One important upgrade that I did was I opted out for their standard belt clips, and I chose the Discreet Carry Concepts Mod 4 all metal belt clip, which I do recommend here. So my initial impressions is, wow, it's a really, really good looking holster. On the back side, it's just black Kydex. On the front side, it is the Cryptek, which doesn't really matter because it's an inside the waistband holster. But here we go. Now we will check the retention and the overall fit. Now here's the Canik TP9SF Elite with the BALDR Mini attached to it. Verify it's clear, chamber's clear. Clear. And then the two mags, verify it's clear, and it's clear. So I got this as a right-handed draw, and it's gonna go in right now. So right now it is a very tight fit, but I'm not too worried about it because I'll mess with the retention later. And I do have some sandpaper grip on some parts of the firearm, so that might be the reason why it was a little bit of a tight fit. I'll probably have to take that off. I'll mess around with it later. And spare mag is going to go in, which goes in just like that. So one important aspect to cover real quick is the trigger. The trigger is fully covered front and on the back side. It's fully covered. And for the magazine, there isn't an audible click. Yeah, there isn't an audible click, but it is a very nice, it has a very nice grip onto the magazine here. Now, one important thing to note is they offer it's either two or three different options for their claw. And I chose this claw, I forget what it's called. I think it's called the RCS claw, but we will see how this functions when it's on my belt here. So one more time, I'm just going to do a 360 overview of this setup here. and I'll just show you guys it without really talking. Nice bungee, or it's not a bungee cord, it's called a shock cord, I think, and it's just to contour your waistline here. You can see how it does that. Yeah, it's a pretty tight fit, so I'm gonna have to mess around with the retention here and see if the sandpaper is causing the extra tight retention here. So, all right, just wanted to touch base real quick. First reason why out of the box it was a little too tight was because right here on the slide I had some grip tape and that caused extra thickness. But now it's a very smooth retention, so it's all good. Next up, I'm going to mess around with these foam wedges and set it up for my fit, and I'll show you guys how it looks like on my belt line here. Alright, so I just got back from fitting the Tier 1 concealed foam wedges, and this is the setup that I like, so I'm going with this right now. Sorry, that's my dog barking, but one more thing to note is this is a light bearing holster, so without a light on your rail there won't be any retention, as you can see. Now that's what I expected and that's what they claim on the website, so they're just pretty upfront with you that it's not going to retain without a light on. But if you guys use a Mantis X system such as this one, you can put it on your rail just like that, right? It's on the rail. Now it still won't retain the weapon in the holster, but it does fit it into the holster, in case you guys are wondering. Now this is good because if you guys want to do some dry fire practice with the Mantis attached to it from your appendix rig, you will fully be able to, just without the retention of what it will normally be like with a light. I found that pretty cool and pretty excited to do some appendix rig or appendix carry dry fire with the Mantis right here. Alright, so right now the appendix rig is on my belt line, and this belt is, what's it called? It's a Core Essentials 1.5 inch belt. And these belt clips by Conceal Carry Concepts Mod 4 is a 1.5 inch belt capable clip offered by Legacy Firearms. Right now I have a full spare mag, and right now it has a full mag with 10 rounds. And I'm messing around with how I would be carrying it on my belt line, and right now this is the 12 o'clock position. For me it was either the 12 o'clock or the 1 o'clock, and I'm still messing around with it. But I think I'm going to go with the 12 o'clock position right here. Now this belt, I don't know if you can see it, it's doing a really good job helping, or not the belt, the claw is really helping the belt put pressure down so the handle goes inwards and contours along with your torso. So it's right here. I don't know if you can really see it, but you can see where it kind of pivots right here. And the belt is just applying that pressure onto the claw, and it's pushing the handle inwards, so it's not printing as much. So this is how it looks like. And this is just a normal like cotton Under Armour t-shirt. And it's doing a really good job concealing. I'm still going to have to practice with this appendix rig setup, but from what I can initially see, it's doing a pretty good job concealing. Maybe just a little bit printing if I go like this and simulate some like wind pressing up against my shirt. But the saying that no one actually really notices like every little detail about your attire, it's a pretty good statement, because when's the last time you're walking around and really like paying attention to the details of if someone's printing or not? And the average person walking around like Walmart or like a Target or like a shopping mall, I don't think they're really paying attention to you like that. So very minute printing, and it seems pretty good. And this is how it looks like right now at my 12 o'clock position. Once again, this is the Legacy Firearms Company appendix rig setup with a the light bearing model of this. The retention from the factory is really good, and I don't think I'm going to mess around with it, along with the spare mag. It's very good as well. One thing I've noticed is with these Discreet Carry Concepts Mod 4 clips on the draw, the holster does not budge at all, because that has a really good bite onto the belt. So I would definitely recommend spending the extra like $25 on these. That's how it looks like. And yeah, at this point I'm just really rambling on, but I'm a really happy customer of theirs, and overall 10 out of 10. No complaints whatsoever. Got what I placed, and at the time of ordering it, it was a 30-day business day lead time, and they finished it and shipped it on the 29th day, which was a very good thing. Alright guys, so you guys saw how it looked like on my belt line. Once again, I'm still messing around with positioning and everything and practicing how I'm going to be carrying. But on a closing note, this appendix carry rig Kydex holster, it's made by Legacy Firearms Company, and the model on this is called the light bearing HYPERION, which is categorized into their inside the waistband appendix rigs. Now I think they have a non-light bearing, but if you guys carry any kind of light on your carry/home defense pistol, then this is definitely the way to go. Now I'm actually on their website. You can actually see it on the frame. I'll link it down below. But their customizability on everything is very, very extensive, and the price point changes depending on your options. So they have obviously you can choose from all sorts of different kind of manufacturers and model, including the weapon light. And yeah, you can just go around, mess around with all the options, and they have ton of colors, ton of different options for their color and shot cord and washer colors. Yeah, you can just mess around with that yourself. But on my holster, I chose the Cryptek Typhoon, and this is how it looks like. Cryptek Typhoon with the Discreet Carry Concepts Mod 4 clip, and I think the shot cord color is a red color that I chose. And just with standard washers and hardware. Now the finish on the one of their options is called how do you want your Kydex finish to be, and I think this finish is called the dull finished. And if you want your finish to be polished, I think it costs like an extra $5, but just get the matte finish, the dull finish, whatever they call it, and they say it will save you $5. I looked at my invoice, and this is the RCS the RCS wing option. And overall, I'm very happy with the holster. Fits the Canik TP9SF Elite very well. And I can only carry with 10 round mags because that's my state law. So here it is. That's how it looks like. Adjustable retention on the firearm and the magazine side. Next thing I got to do is once I'm finalized with all the retention and the retention settings that I like, all they recommend is taking the screws out, putting some thread lock on it, so it's not going to really budge with daily carry use. Now, one more thing that I got to note is if you guys want to add just a little bit more comfort, concealability to match your body shape. So if you're not perfectly skinny like I am, then these are the way to go. And I ordered the sample pack from Tier 1 Conceal, and I think it was like 20 bucks. But yeah, this is definitely a good addition to this holster right here. Now really at this point I'm rambling on, so here's one more final good look at the holster. I know I just made this video way longer than it needs to be, but I was looking on YouTube to see if there was any like review or like unboxing on this. There's a couple out there, but not that in depth. So I figured I'd make one. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, and yeah, this is it.